Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today, as you guys can see, we have two special guests, Mike and Nicole. They are living in PKK at the moment, or Prachuap, and I wanted to do a little interview with them because they've been living in Thailand for 4 years now.
Yeah.
So they have some experience, and I feel like a lot of people are planning to make that move to live in Thailand and perhaps retire here. So they might have some great insights that you might want to know before taking that big leap. How do you guys feel about living in Thailand for the past 4 years?
We love it. I love it. I'm sure she does too. But yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here if we didn't love
We
it.
didn't
Yeah.
like it.
How did you guys even find Thailand out of all the places in the world?
I was checking out, I think Costa Rica and all over because where was it? Oh, Mexico even, because we're from the States, so it would be quicker and easy to get across the border and fly in.
More
and everything.
convenient.
Yeah, and then I started looking over in the Philippines because my first husband was Navy, so I knew about the Philippines a little bit.
Did you ever live there or?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just heard about it. Okay.
Yeah, but looked into that, and then I started looking in like YouTube and looking at all the different videos, and then people were talking about Thailand, and so I started looking into that and started looking into the safety of it all,
That's very
of
important.
where we could live as a foreign company couple.
Y'all have a company?
Yeah, foreign couple that we would feel safe.
Yeah.
And Thailand won out. We came over in
January of 2020.
right before COVID hit.
Did you guys visit before?
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
when we came
Okay.
to visit.
Okay.
First time visit.
We decided, okay, let's go over for 2 weeks. It wasn't enough to see everything,
No.
not even
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
And we pretty much just stayed in Jomtien. Yeah.
Me and Jomtien and Pattaya.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were going to stay in Jomtien because we thought, oh, we want to live in Jomtien because it's more quiet. But we stayed in Pattaya, right?
Stayed at
Pretty
the,
much.
what was on
Holiday Inn
Holiday Inn
Express.
Okay.
on
Soybakal, yeah.
Yeah,
Very busy.
We didn't know.
No,
Oh.
it wasn't busy.
Oh,
well,
yeah?
I guess it was at that
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
but we would go out towards Tukum all the time
Mall. We would
Okay.
go to the mall.
and go out to the
com-
beach.
The com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
And we
never
would-
knew the other two.
Yeah, we didn't go down the other way
We never knew
Okay.
that.
until we moved here, and then we're like, we were on Soybakal the whole time. We had no clue. Of course, we were in at night, pretty
Yeah,
much.
we were always in at just a little bit after dark.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
So it, we're not night people.
Yeah.
So everybody said go to Chiang Mai on the videos
Yeah.
because that's where most of the Americans are. I'm like, well, I don't want to be around that. But I knew I wanted to be somewhere that I could speak a little bit,
Yeah.
and they would understand me.
she wanted the beach.
Yeah, because we lived in Missouri at the time. So it was snowing and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The morning we left, it snowed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was our adventure over here. And then we went to Bangkok for three nights.
For her birthday.
Yeah. And we went to Chinatown, and that was about it there, except a
Right.
couple malls. Walked around a little bit. We stayed out later there. Yeah,
No,
I
'cause
was
it
like,
the night market was kind of right across from the hotel. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, they
close
had
by.
one
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Well, it's a different vibe than the bar scene, right?
Yeah.
The night
Yeah,
market,
we
so-
weren't
Yeah.
I
down
don't
by the
think
bar
we
scene.
we never went to the bar scene while we were here.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Wow.
While we were in the first
Yeah, the first vacation.
first
No,
vacation.
Okay. How many
No.
vacations did you guys take
just
before?
one.
The one
Oh, wow.
We went back and decided we were going to sell everything, but then COVID hit, so we had a what were they called? Estate sale.
Stayed
Wow.
on
She had to do
Facebook.
everything on Facebook
Wow.
live. She sold everything, and then
Everything.
people would come and get stuff out of the garage. So it was hard,
Yeah.
but sold everything that way. And then it took a while because everything
Well,
closed down.
Once
So it
we
was mainly
sold,
your idea to move to Thailand, or was it
Yeah,
Mike's
it was
idea?
mine.
Yeah. Okay.
She knew I was stressed at work, so she said we're going to try and retire early. So
And he was just diagnosed with diabetes, like right before that.
yeah, it was.
So it was like a lot of issues, and I'm like, only so old for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah, you only have so much
Yeah.
time on this earth, right?
And then I started looking at what we could live off of and how long, and doing the finances, and we could do it, and we did it, and now he's 62. And
4
he
years
gets-
in.
he gets Social Security, and I have a retirement from a previous marriage, so we're able to stay here and
That's
live
awesome.
very well and
Lives very
travel.
well, yeah, and travel.
We couldn't do it in the States, that's for sure.
Mm.
And we don't really skimp on anything.
Mm.
I think 1 month our electric bill was more than our rent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you like the AC. That was like the thing that you didn't want to give up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
yeah.
understandable.
Yeah. The only reason if they're on is if the humidity gets real
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
and the fans aren't working enough.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's getting wet in here. I feel
Yeah.
moisture. Let's
Yeah, let's
Turn
turn
it
it on.
on.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing. Like people know that it gets hot in Thailand, but I don't think people realize how humid it gets
yeah.
here. Like
Yeah.
the humidity factor is horrible in Thailand. When it's like the hot season, when you leave your condo or your house or whatever, not even like 2 minutes, you'll be dripping in
Yeah.
sweat. It's like you just walked into a sauna. Like it's that bad. So if you have health issues where you can't handle humidity, perhaps look at other places than Thailand. You know, I mean, like I love Thailand. As much as I love Thailand, I don't think Thailand is the best place for everybody. It's not, it's not everybody's cup of tea. So make sure to do your due diligence before taking that huge leap. And I told them earlier how brave they were for taking that leap because they are two foreigners, It's not like a foreign guy with a Thai wife or vice versa. So I think that's very, very brave of you guys.
I wanted to live somewhere for at least a year, I
I
thought.
thought a tourist destination.
Yeah, because the English and we could
Yeah.
learn some Thai and get into
The
everything.
adaptation period.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
that was, we were here in Pattaya for a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
And then we moved to PKK, and actually we don't live in the city, the town of it. We live in a little fishing village.
Yeah, like the outskirts of PKK, which is an hour and 15 minutes south of Hua Hin. It's a really lovely town. I went to visit them last year. Really loved it. I don't blame them for being there. It's much more calm than Pattaya.
Not
Yeah.
that much traffic. Is
Yeah,
Well, the people from Bangkok, because
They do
it's,
come down during the
yeah,
yeah.
they do.
But they are here in Pattaya because of dental.
dental work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dental work. So there are some things that is better in a bigger city than in a smaller town. And what are some of the pros and the cons that you've encountered since you guys have lived here?
Well, I think the easiest thing is that we could live off of his Social Security and my retirement. And then for a while, we wanted to see if we could live on, because you hear this all the time, $1,000 US dollars. And we're like, okay, let's see if we could do it. But our rent's paid for because we pay for the whole year. It's less than 3,000 US dollars for the whole year.
That's so cheap compared
Yeah,
to the
but
US.
you got to remember we're in a small little fishing village.
Fishing
Yeah.
village, not in Pattaya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we have to go into PKK, which is a 15-minute drive and 1 block away from the beach.
Yeah.
It's
a
it
great
is
location.
beautiful.
It
And of course,
is.
when
It's
she
quiet.
says it takes 15 minutes to get into town, it's because we're driving a Salang.
Yeah, we're not in a car.
Car is 5 minutes. You're in, yeah.
And there's more restaurants there. We just have Thai restaurants by us, which we go to. If they're open, we're happy we go there. That would probably be the biggest and they don't know our address where we live. That's a little bit hard trying to
Rosada, can't find
getting
it.
packages or food delivery. So I'm out there, waving at them at the end of because I'm at the end of the street and I live on government property basically. I rent it from someone, a Thai. And I mean, that's a pro and a con. I mean, we have cheap rent. We take care of the place pretty much. She put new windows in it. We redid it all. Well, we haven't done the bathrooms yet. But we put a kitchen in. What else have we done?
Repainted.
Yeah,
Repainted.
painted
Yeah.
the inside.
wall.
You guys made it into your old
Yeah.
home, basically.
Yeah, it's ours.
Concrete
She
put
says do
down.
whatever. We've added air conditions, everything.
So it's like a long-term project.
Oh
for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
They told us we could stay there forever.
That's
So
awesome.
we plan on it if we
That's
can.
awesome. That's awesome.
As long as our our
Health
health.
stays
Yeah.
intact.
We don't have health insurance. I'm going to be honest. We don't. We pay as you go. And
She had to do some stuff at the hospital. And that was
just
pretty-
minor surgery to have a little clogged sweat gland removed, and it was
She was
less
awake.
than 4,000 baht. That's from going in initial visit to being examined to having it removed, having pathology to having stitches out.
Wow.
Less than 4,000 baht.
So about-
That is
about
cheap, I feel like.
$120.
And which hospital was it?
It was actually in
The
the
government hospital.
government
Okay.
hospital.
I'd say another pro is the medications. You can go to the pharmacy.
yeah.
You know, you have a copay somewhere, and then you go get the prescriptions filled. You tell the guy at the desk, he pretty much knows. I mean, if you need something like antibiotics or something, you tell him what's happening, and he can give you the right antibiotic. But every medicine we came with from the States, you can get those here.
Medicine here in Pattaya, when we lived here, it's like half the price
Yeah, it
in
was
where we live now
6,000
Oh,
baht.
okay.
for
3
3 months.
months.
We were like,
Prachuap.
okay, that's what we pay back in the States, you know.
Yeah, that's $180 just for 3 months. We
Oh.
paid way more than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Out of pocket? It was more
Yeah.
than what you pay
Well, you
here?
still had to
Oh,
pay
yeah.
Oh, wow.
so somewhat of it, but in Prachuap, it's 3,000 baht for the same medication.
Yeah.
And if you have like limited funds, I feel like these smaller towns like PKK is more suitable for people because places like in Pattaya, rent is going to be more expensive than in PKK. Going out as well, restaurants, I feel like it's more expensive here in Pattaya than PKK. I didn't
Yeah.
go to all the restaurants in PKK, but the few that I went to, I felt like it was so reasonable, like beachfront restaurants for such reasonable prices. And the ambiance and atmosphere was amazing because it wasn't too crowded, which I love, but some people love the crowd. I don't know.
No.
Depends what you love, you know. Yeah, I love that area. And would you guys consider leaving PKK to another different area, or do you guys just love your...
Right now, I don't think we will because we
No.
got the house and everything. Our rent is 5,000 baht a month.
Wow.
You know, so-
No, it's 7.
Oh, 7,000.
But still,
But
like
still.
7,000
Yeah.
for a
$2,000
two-bedroom
more
house,
for a
right?
Yeah.
Two-bedroom, 2-bath,
Yeah.
and we have
We have parking.
Uh-huh.
It's gated.
So if we want to travel, we can go anywhere and leave that there, and it's protected, and our neighbors
Yeah,
watch over
they
for
watch it.
Yeah. And you can't find a villa or a house,
Yeah.
a two-bedroom house for
No.
7,000 baht in Pattaya. That's like
Oh, no.
not even a shack. I don't think it exists. But in like other cities, like perhaps even Royong, I feel like it's more expensive than PKK. So yeah, I think that's very, very reasonable. I think you guys really lucked out.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did. A lot of
They
people
told us
wish.
they never raised the rent. So
Oh wow, that's
'cause
amazing.
we
Yeah,
redid
you
their whole house, so
you upgrade the house.
sure did.
Yeah. So I think you have a really fair landlord as well.
Yeah.
But for the people who are planning to retire here, how much do you think they need to live here?
Oh.
Because like the numbers vary a lot, right?
Yeah, it varies on their lifestyle.
Yeah. Very true. Very
Theirs
true.
is probably way different than
We don't hit
ours.
we don't drink at the bars. I might have a beer if I go out for dinner or something.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do is pretty much home. I can drink beer at home, whatever. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But like she said, we tried it on 1,000 a month, and we did it. But
Without feeling like it was
We still
suffocating.
went out.
we
Yeah.
still went out
To eat.
We have our
We didn't stop
regime.
anything.
Our
We didn't
weekly-
travel at that time.
No, because of her passport. But yeah, so we'll say minus the traveling, we made it on $1,000
Wow, as a couple.
as a couple.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
we
that's with
cooked a
our
lot at
electric
home
bill and everything.
That's everything.
And all our stuff, our electric bill is higher than most because we do have a dryer,
We do.
electric dryer. And I cook and it's all electric. The oven's electric, the stovetop's electric. So if I'm cooking 2 meals a day or at least 1 meal a day, that's a lot of electricity.
But when we decided to move over here, we set ourselves with a budget of 2,000 or 2,500 a month.
Okay.
And if you can't live on 2,500 a month, you're partying way too much.
If you have like $1,000 a month, I think you can live, but maybe not in like the
Yeah.
bigger cities. You could live in the bigger cities, but I think it'd be more challenging, especially if you're around people who are on like vacation mode and you're
Right.
tempted to go out with them and party with them
Yeah.
and go out to dinner and do all those things. It will cost you a lot more money. But if you're living in a another like town that is more quiet, more relaxed, like the simple life, I think you can do that very easily. But then again, it depends on the lifestyle that you want. You wanted to add
So
something?
I would say, before you even come here, figure out a budget. Hey, I know what money I have in the bank.
Go under.
I know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
always
have in
good.
the bank. I know what I potentially could bring over when I move here or whatever. But figure that budget. Like I said, ours was $2,000 a month, and there's nothing you can't do for two. You know, and we
You could have a
sometimes
nice
don't meet
condo
that
here.
2,000. Yeah, you could. You
Yeah.
could have a nice condo. Because the one we were living in Cetus was 15,000, but that was during COVID.
Yeah,
that's-
you
the
got-
prices are different now than COVID prices.
But
Totally
you could
different.
afford a $20,000 $20,000 condo. So
I think I would come in low season and see how you like it.
yeah,
Not
less
in high
crowded,
season.
Yeah.
Because it's hotter
higher
Hotter.
expenses.
and less people, and then you're going to see what Thailand is like. And we still travel in Thailand. We rent a car and we travel around, but we budget it, and we go on like 3-week vacations for $1,000 US.
That's amazing.
That's
you
food
couldn't
and
do that
everything.
in the U.S. I don't think.
No, no.
Well,
How long would
hotel.
you last?
One
That's
hotel
renting a
room-
car, everything.
One hotel room we were rented in Ohio was $175 a night.
Wow.
Yeah, by the airport, just one night.
Wow. Yeah.
Where here, $30 isn't nothing. You can get a night
Yeah.
hotel for $30.
Yeah. I'm sure it's like a shock for you guys once you're used to the Thai prices,
Yeah.
and then when you go home, you're like, why am I being ripped off, right?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
how
why
it
we
feels?
like staying with our kids.
Yeah, I think you should set definitely a budget, but maybe set a smaller budget than what you actually have. So at least you
Oh,
have
yeah.
that wiggle room. Yeah, just be mindful of your finances. I feel like people, when they come here, they need to be disciplined with their finances. If you're used to living above your means, it's not going to end well for you. And that's the major issue that I see with a lot of people who come here, because they have that consumerism mentality, and here it's so easy to consume because you have malls like everywhere, especially if you're in Bangkok and if you're in Pattaya.
The first time we came, what was 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks we came.
2 weeks. Oh, I don't know.
I think it was 3 weeks. We budgeted $1,000 for that 3 weeks, and we went home with cash in our pockets.
Oh,
we?
wow.
Yes, we did.
Oh, I
Wow.
don't take care of the money.
I carried the money.
Wow, that's great.
So yeah, 3 weeks, $1,000, and that was including our hotel and everything.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't know if you can do that now, though.
Probably not.
Well, that
but, I
was
mean, if you're just
before
gonna come
COVID, though.
visit, it was right before COVID, yeah.
It was high
It was
season.
in January.
yeah?
We came in January, so.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, we had credit cards. If we needed to,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and bank cards, we could have used more.
Yeah.
But we wanted to see what it was going to cost us, because a lot of the time the videos we saw said $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month. So we figured 3 weeks. If I got a little bit of money in my pocket, we can do this.
Yeah.
But we were budgeting $2,000. So
Wow. And are there some things that you miss when you live in PKK compared to when you lived in Pattaya?
there's more Falang restaurants here than in PKK. We only have like 2 or 3 that we can go to that serve
Oh, serve Western?
Western.
Oh,
food.
yeah, they do, huh?
I mean,
we
even
don't
though
go
we like
to them,
Thai
though.
food, but we eat at home. We make food at home.
Do you see a lot more foreigners in your town now?
Yes.
We are seeing more now than 2 years ago.
Yeah, we don't go to the night market in town like we did with you.
On the beach?
Yeah, not that often because it's just packed.
Oh, with foreigners?
Yeah. And it's like
Do you
can't
think they're
walk through.
expats or just like tourists?
Tourists mostly.
Okay.
Mostly
Oh, that's
tourists.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's
We have a
cool.
lot of tourists come through there.
And you were talking about language barrier before. Do you feel like there's a language barrier issue living in a smaller town?
Oh, yeah.
Mike is laughing.
I like papaya salad.
Oh, okay.
So when we went to the night market,
Somtam.
yes. So
Yeah,
and
but he
that's
doesn't
what
say it right.
That's what I told those kids. Sometimes spicy.
Oh,
This
you
is
like
good,
spicy.
Yeah.
Pet. Pet magmak.
And so I said it again, sometimes spicy, sometimes papaya salad, sometimes. And she's looking at me, and the lady comes over from the next. She goes, "What do you want?" Sometimes pie, spicy. She goes, sometimes. Oh, she goes, "Oh, sometimes." She said, "I said that's what I said."
Yeah. Like
It's a
10
tone.
times. Yeah.
And
That's
she
why it's
says,
hard for
it's
us.
It's your southern accent. They can't tell what you're saying. Okay.
I'm going to slow down.
Somtam. You just go like this. Pattaya.
No, I thought doing like charades would help,
Yeah,
but
with
it
it.
doesn't.
Oh, really? Hand language doesn't help?
No, they seem to look at me weird. I'm like, what?
And if you could change anything about the move here, would you do anything differently, or do you have any regrets, or you guys are happy with how everything went?
I think if we'd have known about Hua Hin first,
Oh, okay.
move over there instead of here.
No, we don't have any.
How does your family feel about you guys living here now?
Well, we
It's
have,
mixed.
yeah.
Yeah. Have they been out here to visit yet? Or
No, not yet.
to visit.
They have young children.
But two of them have been out here traveling around Thailand.
Yeah, before we moved here.
Okay.
So, and they enjoyed their stays.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. I was like, oh, okay, Thailand. That's because when you're back in the States, you don't think of Thailand. Not many American women think of Thailand.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially to live.
Yeah.
And I know that the U.S. they are going through inflation. I know there's inflation in Thailand, but how do you feel it has affected your budget, or do you even feel the inflation here in Thailand? Because people in America, that's all they talk about nowadays. It's just like inflation. What do you guys think?
Well, we just came back from there.
You would definitely feel the inflation there.
Some states were more expensive. I will say that. Washington State was the most expensive out of the states we visited. We did Ohio, Nevada, and Texas. And Washington State, there too, was the last stop, and it was the most expensive. We went back to the States, and of course we were craving certain things. And then when we had them, we were like, it's not what I remember. It's not what I remember. It's not that good. We haven't been missing out on anything.
That's the other thing. I feel like food here in Thailand, it's a lot more healthier than in the States. Like it's less chemicals and less just added on extras. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to share a lot of knowledge and information with everybody. And thank you guys so much for being awesome. Yes, good luck everybody. If you're thinking of, retiring here or living here, I think Thailand is a great place. Thailand definitely has a lot to offer, but it's definitely not the place for everybody. So please come and try it out and have that living mentality instead of the vacation mentality. And I think you guys will do very well. And thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, please stay healthy and happy, and I'll see you all soon. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Play pickleball.